Hello, all you lovely beings. This is Gina here, Soul Inspired Reflections. It has been months since I've recorded a reading, and some of you know I was in the process of starting our 30/30 nature connection. It's self-guided. You can still be connecting to nature on your own, but there's been very interesting things happening every time I go to record or post, even if it's live. Connection to power immediately goes away. Uploads won't upload. The app or whatever program I'm using closes. So there's something there where over the past couple of weeks, I've seen other signs of connect to power. Today was no outlet. The interesting thing, both had a triangle, the color yellow, which I haven't explored those symbols yet, but I was reminded right now. So let's together, as you prepare to read or receive whatever information is meant to come through for you and your highest good at this time, let's first anchor our energy, reinforce our light body. So you are only receiving your divine essence energy. No other energy is coming into you that does not have permission to do so. You are your own unique soul and an expression of God, as am I. Yet we are all working together and walking each other home, so to speak, a return to our heart centers and connection and commune with God. That is, I feel there's revelations about it every day on how I am connecting or perhaps not connecting, um, or aware. We're always connecting, but am I in the awareness and how I'm walking this path? So let us begin by breathing in and exhaling, softening the body, allowing your energy and physical being to sit and nestle in the space that you are in and embodying right now in this moment that is precious and will never be repeated once again. Be in this eternal moment of now, as we call on Archangel Sandalphon to assist in opening the Earth Star chakra. It's also a messenger to God, taking our prayers to Source, assisting you in anchoring your light body and strengthening it and being that conduit of Source as you learn to manage your energetic fields. And take that breath deep down into the heart and inner workings of Gaia, Mother Earth, and call on Gaia to assist in that connection as well. And when you feel that connection is solid and you're feeling that current and nurturing, and know that you are always, always have connection and every resource available to you. We're going to bring that energy up through the Earth Star, your roots, your sacral, your solar plexus, and into the heart, and opening your heart chakra, that sphere of light that acts as a bridge to all of life and source energy. It's a bridge to your awakening. It's a bridge to your ascension. It's a bridge of communication. It's a bridge to oneness. And bringing that into the higher heart, throat, third eye center with each breath that follows. As you're also begin to open your stellar gateway as we draw this energy up through the third eye, crown, soul star, stellar gateway. We call on Archangel Metatron to assist in expanding and opening the stellar gateway and keeping it divinely protected, that only our divine source energy comes in. Many energies that we call upon, that he assists in making sure that those energies are of beings of light. And they are who they say they are, as you and I learn to do these discernments on our own, as you are not separate from the angelic realms. Your qualities of Sandalphon and Metatron exist within you because you are them and they are you. And they're guiding you along the way to remember this, that you have the power. You have the power within you to integrate your I am presence and love for all of life, for this process of ascension and awakening at this very auspicious time of transformation that is accelerating at speeds that are unknown to us. We're in this threshold experience together. And this is part of that nature connection and commune, the 3030, as we see the number 33 and connect to the Christ consciousness energies that also reside within you, the Christos Sophia codes, the masculine and feminine, the divinity, as we bring in balance and harmony in these awakening and connections that reside within you, that you are being rewired. I am being rewired and calibrated. The planet is being rewired and calibrated to these new connections that are new to you, but they're familiar to your presence. Your presence knows. The energy is innate and intelligent within you. And now it's up to ourselves to let go of the ego a little bit more, the lower ego, allow it to expand into its highest ability, allow your masculine and feminine energies to expand and recalibrate into harmonics within you. So it's balanced, and you can always return to a state of balance and harmony as the world is changing around you and within you. As we do these nature connections, it's this inner nature, your core nature, your essence that you are connecting to assist you in this integration, to assist you in expanding and growing and being in the stillness of the body, the bodies, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, and everything in between those spaces, the molecular level, the molecules. You'll feel the energy oscillating and moving when you are in the stillness. Think of it as a pond or an ocean. When it has a glassy top, there's so much activity in the stillness of life that is within you and around you. It is constantly moving and vibrating. There's so much happening within the world of you because you are the world. You are the universe. It lives inside you. You're part of it. It's in you, and you're walking through it all in the same breath. You're alchemizing and integrating and releasing all simultaneously. So that brings us today, as we continue to invoke Archangel Metatron's energy and higher guidance, the Christos Sophia codes and Christ consciousness energies for higher guidance at this time. Please forgive any external sounds. I cannot focus on these things anymore right now. They're just becoming a distraction for the message that wants to come through. And here's one card. So far, fire, dragon strength. There's that triangle again, a pyramid. And we will dive deeper into that. Fire. And as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking of life. I'm reading fire as life. Fire is life. Fire is life. Fire as life. Take that image in so much more. We're calling in that dragon energy as well. It's a lot of orange. You can even see a salamander in there, which also represents the fire element. Gold. Archangel Metatron is often depicted with orange, although he holds all the colors. as he governs ascension process. Communication and connection. And we have pink, self-love and endure. These are cards from the Archangel Metatron deck, which I haven't pulled from for a while, but it's self-mastery. It's an oracle deck. And as you know, I talk about self-mastery. It's a path that is part of my journey, is the self-mastery path and being an ascended master walking this planet. As so are you, and you're remembering how to be that. One more card as it relates to connection to power, communication at this time for our highest good and integration of light. Okay. And then we have review and reflection. Time out is needed. Time out is needed. So let's see what's gonna. We're bringing in any other decks right now. What's the animal deck? Christ Consciousness deck. Okay, now I'll bring in one card from the Christ Consciousness deck and then I'll read on them. And on your own too, you call in your guides as well to receive information during this transmission. Okay, we do this together, but you have your unique journey and path, as do I, because we're all part of source energy and we're all speaking to the God within us and within each other. And we have Judas catalyst and soul contract. Okay. Part of that is thinking about remembering our purpose, catalyst, soul contract. And I may be trying to get through this quickly because I have a client that this seems to want to get up and recorded at this moment. So first, where are we going to start? Metatron. We're going to start with this sign of no outlet that I saw today. No outlet, no outlet. Now, the sign was in yellow, which with traffic signs, that usually means like yield, warning, no outlet. It's telling you information. So pay attention in your life right now where you need to yield. Where do you need to pause or pump the brake and give yourself perhaps a review and time for reflection? Go sit. Go sit. Be with nature. It's a really powerful place to be. It'll take care of you while you sit in reflection. And it says well, timeout is needed, and that can look different for each of you. Is it a longer retreat? We're in summertime right now in the Northern Hemisphere, but you can retreat in the winter time as well. It's beautiful time. Go snowshoeing, things like that. Maybe you go to a cabin where you're in front of a nice fire. Beautiful. Fire is a beautiful way to reflect and also alchemize. You can throw in your prayers and wishes or whatever you're releasing. You can do a fire ceremony. So part of that is a fire ceremony. Do a fire ceremony as you perhaps are reflecting on what's currently in front of you as you're pausing, right? When we have that yield sign in traffic, you're pausing, you're looking, you're ready to stop or move forward, right? You're yielding to traffic. Perhaps you're yielding to, if you're on a trail, you're yield to the horse, right? Which is interesting. I saw a horse yesterday on my walk. It was a big statue of a horse head that was green. These things come into play because there's some of you going through a deeper healing of some aspects of the masculine energy, which also means the feminine energy as well that resides within you, and to bring those into balance and harmony within yourself. Some of you may be feeling a lot of anger that's coming up because of this. I know that has been a primary emotion. It's energy. Just remember, it's just energy that has been coming up and bubbling to the surface. Be in gratitude, be in self-love, and nurture it. Nurture yourself, your body, because it's releasing from you on a cellular level, on a cellular level. This is also a way of communicating with the self. communicating with the self, okay? Communicating with God, your I am presence, as you are integrating your higher self. Sometimes integration is uncomfortable. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. You can bring ease to it when you are in allowance through the breath, through reflection and taking time out to give space to the body to do its work. The body to do its work. For me, I've been going to a friend's land and helping her take care of the land. And when I come home, I've rest the body. There's something about the physical activity to help move energy out of the body and actually like unearthing, breaking soil, symbolically pulling weeds, pruning back plants, right? Comes back to our connection to power. Where are you connecting to? Or do you have too many cords into multiple things where you're beginning to lose focus? You're fragmenting yourself. Some of you are fragmenting yourself by, let me look at this, let me go look at this, and nothing is getting completed. Nothing's getting completed. It's becoming a distraction to your purpose. To your purpose, perhaps. Soul contracts. We haven't read through the card, but Judas, right? He had purpose. It was the catalyst for change. Okay, so if you're going through places in your life right now that are bubbling against you, perhaps it's a catalyst for change within you for a deeper release, right? Because there's no more outlet for you to plug into that anymore. No more outlet. You have to yield and change. It's a choice point for you. Yield and change and choose to plug in to your direct connection to God. This is the importance of communing every day with God. The God that resides within you, your divine spark, your threefold flame of love, wisdom, power. Using the power of the violet flame to alchemize and return to light all energy that no longer serves your highest good. So in my example, the anger that is coming out, to be in stillness, bring in the love, be in reflection, connect to my fire that's in my heart, the fire in my heart, the fire in my belly, because this even reminds me of solar plexus, but there's also the sacred geometry in it, okay, which we'll go to later, perhaps, if I have time. And then releasing the contract that you're completed. Release the contract. It's done. It's already done. It's now time for you to connect to power, your divine power, and to harmonize it, right? Because we have the icosahedron, the tetrahedron. Did I get that right? Sometimes I start going and the things I know aren't coming out as clearly, right? Because you have your Merkaba. The Merkaba comes to mind when I see this image in the Star of David, the 6-pointed star, connecting to Metatron energy, your pillar of light, the disc that you see ascended masters floating on, particularly Asian deities. You'll see them on a disc. That's part of your pillar of light and your connection to your 12th dimensional shielding, which all of you should be doing on a daily basis and reinforcing it. This is part of your communion and learning to manage your energetic fields, clearing your field and connecting to directly to your source energy, your heart, your God, your divinity, the balance of your masculine and feminine energies. As you balance your tetrahedron, your Merkaba, it becomes a sphere. It becomes a sphere, and a complete merger happens of those energies, and it becomes a sphere, and you begin to oscillate even faster. Some of you may be feeling those aspects of inside, you're moving faster, faster, faster. This is where coming into stillness and reflection, slowing down to observe, okay, just observe what is occurring in your body, whether it shows up as emotions, whether some of you can actually feel the cells oscillating, right? It's kind of like if you shake up a snow globe and then you set the snow globe down, all the particles inside are still moving around, and then it takes some time before it all gently finds its new place at the base of the snow globe. Your body is doing that. Everything's being shooken around, what no longer needs. You're being rewired. You're being unplugged, literally unplugged, or put in positions to unplug. No outlet for you to plug into old beliefs and patterns. Okay, we're releasing patterns. It's a big act of surrender, trust, and letting go, and trust in God. Trust in the God in you, your intuitive centers, solar plexus, heart, third eye, higher self, all coming online. The root raising in frequency, the sacral raising in frequency, because you're bringing in that love energy into these centers, their higher qualities, nurturing self-love, right? Your one-on-one relationships, the one with your I am presence is the most important relationship to cultivate, because that will lay the groundwork, if you will, for the way you interact in the new relationships coming in to your life, even if you're rubbing up against the edges of those that are choosing to still operate in, I guess, their older patterns, the 3D frequencies, but remembering that on a soul level, they're showing up for you. So you can move into your highest timeline. So you walk these challenges with peace, with grace, with compassion, with love, right? Remember, Judas was the catalyst. It was necessary to happen. So the soul contract can be completed, right? So those of you that have been working with Metatron energy more and more in the Akashic record, you're releasing all these soul contracts because you're stepping further into your self-mastery. So you're not needing the same thing or in the same way to repeat the learned lessons, to be in the catalyst. The more you're taking action and being in your presence and higher self, you are taking actions and choices and connecting to personal power, your divine will, power, blue ray, solar plexus. You're empowered in every aspect of your life. The more you come into that circuitry, if you will, the more flow, everything will ebb and flow with more ease and grace, and your awareness to that and discernment to the energies and choice that is coming through your I am presence as you're integrating that heaven into this earthly form. You're creating from a completely different place. So some of you may be shooken up right now. Some of you may be feeling emotions you haven't felt in a while and thought, wow, I haven't gone through this kind of disruption for some time. Perfect. You're right where you need to be. If you're kind of leveling up, if you will, your consciousness is expanding, your ability and capacity is expanding. Apologies, I had to pause briefly in the dog. I'm watching this dog that he's a little more boisterous than Gus. Anyhow, what are you plugging into? Because you're not getting permission anymore, so to speak, to plug into the old outlets. Those outlets are gone, meaning they're not even ported in you anymore. You're releasing these patterns of being. And sometimes that's uncomfortable because it's just like, wait a minute, it's like what? It's like something's almost missing, but yet you're totally whole in the process, right? There's nowhere else to go but inward and upward and anchoring in and building your toroidal field, like fully connecting it Okay. Fully connecting the toroidal field. Okay. So it's not the best depiction of the toroidal field, and sorry, you can see through it. Right, but I think many of you have seen it before. It's kind of depicted like a donut shape, right? But you're the light in the middle of it, right? So you're the light in the middle. You're the conduit in the middle. There we go. You're the conduit in the middle, and that circuitry runs through you, and then but you hold it all inside, right? You hold the universe and the planet all inside, the emotions, the feelings. You're mastering the discernment of it now as you walk the path in an aligned way, aligned to source, aligned to heart, the love, aligned to God. Every day you should, and normally I don't say should, but you're recommitting to commune to God every day. Everything else is just a distraction. There's God in everything. There's God in everything. It's up to you to commit each day and be in the action of God and the love of God and the experiences of God, because everything that's occurring is God experiencing ways of being, God experiencing different consciousnesses. So if you can continue your ascension, it's all right here. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to seek. Doesn't matter how much you've studied anymore. What matters is how are you being? How are you being? Do you feel grounded? Because it's a state of being. So many of you searching, going down these rabbit holes, which is fine for a while, but it becomes a distraction. What are you plugging into? Someone else's dream and illusions? Or are you stepping into your own empowerment and power and allow through your eyes, through your clairs, to see past the illusion of yourself, past the illusion of your identity, past the illusion of what you've built in your mind, what ascension is and isn't, to let go, let the path unfold before you, because we are in the threshold moments. May you walk through your own fires with peace and grace and unscathed. Right? Because this world is going to continue to change faster and faster. And it's so important for you to connect to power, your power, source power. Go into the stillness and reflect through the breath. Look at this image. That person is calm, collected, totally at peace, taking in this beautiful moonlit sky over this lake and mountain. That person is the mountain. Look at the shape. Strong foundation. Even as the light flickered on and off right now. There it goes again. And the mountains here, in my shamanic studies background, they're apus. There's masculine and feminine. The feminine is always the larger of the two. Connecting to the masculine and feminine energies within you. Allow them to come into harmonics and balance and see what light comes to you and how you can express those in harmonic ways in synergy, a synthesis of musical notes, a deep listening past the emotions that you feel the deep listening into the core of your being and heart. No longer compromising for coin or for something, right? That would be the archetype of the prostitute energy sometimes, right? In Judas' case, I don't think it was so much the prostitute, but the archetypal energy. What are you selling yourself for? Or short to gain something else, right? So yeah, it is that archetype energy, right? Carolyn Mace talks about that. Very good at archetypal energy. Come back to self-love and pink and nourishment and magenta, right? That magenta, as you increase in vibration, the colors within you change and expand and become more opalescent. And remember, like even look at here, the Merkaba star on this beautiful Metatron deck. And apparently we have another card to read from as I'm staring at this. And it's safety, strength, and power. Safety, strength, and power. During these times of change, when you stay in your power, it's safe, it's strong, it's powerful, it's unchanged. No one can move you. It's not about being inflexible. It's not about it being a brick wall, but you have the energy. You have the energy inside you to see. You have this beautiful shaman character here, the wisdom, the connection. Here we have horses again. Even the flute. It's a very powerful sacred instrument. It's actually his pipe, his smoking pipe. So in shamanism, a lot of shamanic practitioners and those that are called medicine man women, they use tobacco and prayer through the smoke, right? They call in the directions and spirit and all the feathers, right? But look at this, even his face, it's lit up. But there's also a strength and connection to earth, to the cosmos, to the sun, the power that's within you, the light. It's a connection to both the universe, the galactic, as well as the earth and the network within the earth. It's both and it's as above and so below, but you have the wisdom, right? You have the wisdom and power within you to bring in the energy, to bring in the energy of the heart, to bring in that fire for life and the strength to endure all these changes that are occurring within you and around you as you're releasing contracts, because you are now recognizing the catalysts. You're moving forward in a way where perhaps you don't need the same level of catalyst anymore. Some of you still may. Well, let me say this. I'm being asked to kind of reword that. It's not that you don't need the catalyst. The way you respond to change and choice points will come quicker, that you don't need a big explosion to happen. You're paying attention to the signs, right? You're paying attention to the signs. No outlet here, connect to power. Okay, so no outlet, go this way. All right, you're not plugging in here, go this way. Ease and grace. Okay, reflection, love. You're in your power and connection all the time. You're in that strength of the dragon. There's something about that dragon energy that we will read right now, and then I gotta go. Card 19. Mother's Earth, beautiful. Fire, dragon strength. One of the most powerful allies in this deck, the Metatron Fire Dragon, roars into your life, giving you strength, courage, and fortification. And remember, this is a dragon year, okay? A lot of healing happening for people, a lot of creation and transmutation. The dragon is here to burn away and transmute any lower energies that have been around you, toxic people, neediness, negativity, fear, anger. You are reminded that as a light worker, there is a need to protect and purify your energy at all times so that you don't become depleted or susceptible to darker energies that may see your light and try to bring you down. You have nothing to fear. The fire dragon is here, safeguard you, to safeguard you, your home and those you love. So you can call on the dragon energy to protect your home and around you, in, through, and around you, your home, your communities, things like that. Call on him whenever you need him. He flies before you with a mighty wingspan of piercing eyes, able to clear your path and remove any dangers. And he is able to see all from his skyline position, including that which is behind you. The pyramid contains Metatron's orange flame, and this is here for you anytime you feel an attack on your power base or divine self. The tetrahedron shape of the pyramid links you to your solar plexus. The dragon brings this powerful energy toward you to lift away any fear or negativity that sits in your core, trying to make you feel small. Whether this is your own doing or someone else's attack on your confidence, he is here now to remind you that you are powerful beyond all measure. His raw strength mirrors your own, which is why he often flies in when you are facing real difficulty, telling you to dig deep, see beyond the immediate problems and transmute all that is no longer needed in the fire he carries around him. His fire won't burn you. It will provide heat and courage to keep you going through times of adversity and positivity. He also reminds you of the need to have fire in your belly, to speak up, be heard, and stand up for what you believe. Maybe there has been an injustice around you, or you have strong, passionate views that others need to hear. He asks you not to be afraid to fight for what you know is right and fair. There are times both in the collective and in our individual lives when this is necessary. Leave no space for being walked over, disregarded, or ignored. Instead, call on your spiritual might and insight to tackle what needs facing with love and strength and conviction. The dragon will stay for as long as he is needed and until any challenge is won. He fights for the light, understanding that darkness exists, but knows he is equipped with everything needed for anything he may meet. And he will win and have your best interest at heart always, one of nature's correctors and balancers. Call on his fire to help you today. Again, nature, correctors, and balancers. Part of this is coming into balance energy. And this is very powerful. I feel like I've been walking this over the past few months to even Matt Kahn recently spoke about it. Things, toxic people, ways of being, they're kind of coming up and it's like being wiped out of your life, wiped out of your being. No more, right? What are you plugging into? Your divine connection, your power. Don't be afraid of it. Let it in. Let it in. Let it in. Let yourself in through the heart, through your body, through your being. I'm Gina Lobito, Soul Inspired Reflections. Much love to all of you. Go take and walk out in nature. Take time to reflect and be in your power and let yourself feel it. Let yourself feel it. Let nature remind you of your power, and may it come through you with ease, grace, and a presence that is gentle, strong, and felt, and that you are fully capable at this juncture in time to receive exactly what you're meant to receive. Much love to you.